This is Agatodu2744 here today with a review of Angry Birds Space, available for the iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, PC, Mac, and Android phones. So for the iPhone and iPod Touch, it's going to be 99 cents, and for the iPad, it's going to be $2.99. Both have Retina display enhanced graphics. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into this review. Now here we are on the main menu of Angry Birds Space. Basically, it's going to look very similar to all the other Angry Birds menu with the play button there and a few of these settings options, leaderboard options, and so on. You're going to get a little bit more further interaction because there are bubbles in which you can pop, and it'll go ahead and freeze the pig inside of the bubble. Let's go ahead and click play and show you around the world. Basically, there's 4 of them so far, which contain altogether 60 levels, and there are more coming soon, as you see in all the Angry Birds games. I'm going to go ahead and click on the first planet here, and it introduces you to the first planet's levels. Now, as you can see, I've only played a little bit in this game, but further on, I actually played up to World 2 so far after playing this, and it does get very complicated. It's a lot harder than the regular Angry Birds, I will say. So the basic storyline goes like this. There's a wormhole opened up, a golden egg flies down with a frozen bird, which will be introduced later on in the game, and the claw comes down and grabs the egg, and the frozen bird goes after it, but also along with the egg goes the eggs of the birds, in which makes the birds angry, and then they launch into the wormhole. For the full story, visit the description below to watch the video. Now basically your goal is to launch the bird as usual at the pigs to destroy those pigs, and you go through levels one by one up until you defeat all the levels, and like I said, there are more coming soon. Now, it has changed a lot because of the fact that now there's a gravitational pull around these worlds or moons that contain the pigs, in which you launch the bird and it has to actually circle around the moon, and it'll slowly go in closer to the moon. Now other portals go other ways, not all of them go the same way. Some of them are faster than others, some of them are slower than others. Overall, it's a new type of gameplay that even if you are good at all the other Angry Birds, basically it's going to be different, and it's kind of fun to learn how to go ahead and play these. Now let's go ahead and talk about the birds. Each bird is sporting a costume, kind of a superhero type costume. You're going to have the red bird as usual, you're going to have the blue splitting bird, you're going to have the exploding black birds. With the yellow birds, they have been replaced with purple laser birds, which you can go ahead and launch, and then you can actually tap a certain area and it'll navigate straight to that certain area, which is kind of cool. Of course, you're going to have the big green bird, and you're also going to have a new bird, which is the ice bird, in which acts a little bit like the bomber bird, but when it gets close to those obstacles, it explodes ice everywhere and it weakens the structures. So when you go ahead and launch the other birds at those structures, it's going to break those structures much easily. So basically right here is a perfect example of something that gets a little bit hard. You have to actually launch it through another portal, and then it goes the other way, and you have to get it to hit that obstacle. Now that was a simple one, but further on in the game, like I said, I have made it to the second world at this time after filming this video. It has gotten harder, in fact a lot harder. For overall, the game looks great. New Retina display with it. It overall on the iPad 3rd generation looks amazing. Like I said, the graphics are great, the gameplay is fun. If you played all the other Angry Birds, it's a good change. This is Angry Birds Space, available for iOS, Android, PC, and Mac.